Welcome, my name is Lance Amato, and the purpose of this series is to shed light on emerging trends and sustainable practices that align with a growing need for solutions in the architectural and design space. In each chapter, I will open the door of discovery to our community and provide references to learn more, which they can apply to their daily practice. Designers play a pivotal role in the sustainable approach towards all interior environments. They advocate towards the specifications, the creation, and construction of those spaces. I thought it'd be really interesting to have conversations with design firms all across the country on their approach towards sustainability and circularity. Today, I bring along MSR Designs to hear about their approach towards design, as well as introduce you to a very unique way they report towards circularity and embodied carbon.
My name is Simona Fischer, and I'm with MSR Design. And I'm the Director of Sustainable Practice here and an architect. Typical design process with our team starts with some visioning and goal setting with the client. And a lot of that will be about exploring the environment and context in which a project will be built. In the early visioning and goal setting, we have circularity in the back of our mind as one of the strategies that we'll employ during the delivery of the design, but we don't often talk about some of the more complex concepts right at the beginning because clients don't necessarily know some of the terminology. So I think it's important for us to ease in. We often start with talking about broader concepts, environmental impact concepts, and then we work around to the impacts of specific materials as we get later in the design process. At least half of our clients come to us with the goal of meeting sustainable performance criteria of some kind, but I would say around half do not necessarily have those stated goals. It's just something that we know that we want to deliver as part of our process. And in that sense, we don't rely on the clients asking us for us to have that be a driver. So specifications are really the end document. It's the thing that you deliver as part of the construction document set. It's part of your contract. It's a very detailed document that can be 1,000 pages long that details all kind of different performance requirements. I find that if you want to have good materials in a project, you really need to start well before the specification. You need to start at the place where you are putting together your palette. Even your initial palette and design concept, if you are not thinking about the ways that materials can impact the environment from the point of carbon, from the point of health, from a perspective of circularity, then you will have, by the time you get to writing a spec document, you'll have completely missed the opportunity to do some of that background research. So we do the background research early, and then we get into specifications. And we are doing work to rewrite our specifications right now, rework them. It is a really important document because it's the interface between the design team and the contractor delivering the design intent. So it is really important to have those specs be tightly honed, and it is a process of reworking those because right now I think there aren't great templates out there for optimizing every product category. Well, we get a lot of product information from product reps. That is definitely true. And I would say one of the things that we've done to tighten the information that we get from product representatives is developing our library entry criteria. So everything that comes into our office or is stocked on our shelves is vetted using a one-page document that you can download from our website, actually, if you're interested in making your own template. And it basically says we are looking for information on the health and ingredients in a product. We're looking for information on the embodied carbon. We have a short list of material ingredients, a composition that we are not looking for and don't want to see. And we value good certifications where they are appropriate to that product category. And that is a document that was developed specifically to have good conversations with product reps, because oftentimes they come in with a really wide diversity of knowledge and skill sets and information to be able to answer the kind of performance questions we're asking. They know a lot about durability and price, but they don't necessarily know about the background of the manufacturing. The Embodied Carbon in Furniture report came about when we were designing our own new office and going for Living Building Challenge PETAL certification. It's a really intense certification that requires you to document the embodied carbon in almost everything in the space. And we realized that because we were designing an open floor plan, which is a pretty common way to design an office space, that actually a lot of what was in the physical space was furniture. And the interesting thing at the time was that furniture was not actually required to be documented in terms of embodied carbon. So because it was the bulk of our space, it felt like this ghost in the room, where it's like a ghost footprint that isn't tallied in any of the current software. We ended up building a calculator and just hand researching, all of the environmental product declarations, searching through those for carbon information and putting it in there and doing multiplication. And then the cool thing was that all of the salvage furniture we used, we got to subtract from that total number at the end. So we made a couple different columns so you could categorize all the different things. And we found that furniture was more than half of the embodied carbon footprint in the entire space. Was not required to be accounted for, but we wanted to account for it anyway, since that is interior work is a lot of what we do, and led to refining the calculator for something that we can use on other projects now. If you are diving into this for the first time and you're trying to figure out how to optimize materials in your designs, I think the first thing you want to study is the impact of toxic materials on human health. And the second thing you want to study is the impact of embodied carbon on coming from building materials. And the third thing is really just how we can work in a circular economy and weave both of these things together. And these are actually, I've got some a 1, 2, 3 quick steps launch guide in the Sustainable Materials Action Packet, which is on our website. So if anybody's interested in that, they could take a look.
This video is proudly sponsored by Kanoa, an innovative AI-powered collaborative platform designed for our community. With Kanoa, you can create and share data-rich mood boards, layouts, and product schedules with your team. Our unwavering mission is to empower individuals to craft superior spaces. To explore the possibilities, sign up for your complimentary account by the link provided.